This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our friends over at ease.com, California's top one-stop website for legal marijuana delivery, as well as an option for the same for folks living in the Portland, Oregon area. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Wednesday, August 21st, 2019, and you're tuned in to episode 781 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. The results of the annual National Survey on Drug Use and Health was released yesterday by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA, and as their data shows, we have some good answers to the question, what about the children when it comes to marijuana use? According to the latest results, the percentage of young people using marijuana sometime in the past 12 months has held stable over the last couple of years, down slightly from where it was back in 2011 or so to stand at around 12.5% today. We have a decent number of years to watch this number, and certainly enough to say that the legalization of marijuana is not leading to an explosion in the number of young people who use it. The study does find that the number of adults who use cannabis is up, but that's expected under an increasingly legal sales regime, and also something that's not really a negative thing. Zip over to Marijuana Moment for the full read here. Yesterday in South Dakota, state lawmakers held hearings to discuss the legalization of industrial hemp, which Republican Governor Kristen Noem seems very, very afraid of, sending some of her administration's officials to the hearings to warn about its potential dangers. The South Dakota legislature passed a hemp legalization bill last month, but it was vetoed by Governor Noem, who was so confused about the issue that she submitted a list of 315 questions to lawmakers about legal hemp. 315. Despite the governor's hazy grasp on this, it does sound like hemp has a lot of momentum in the South Dakota state legislature, and I expect we'll see more stories spring up out of this storyline. Our final top story this fine Wednesday is a piece by Matt Lamers over at Marijuana Business Daily about a call by the nation of Jamaica for bids to provide seed-to-sale tracking software for their soon-to-launch legal cannabis program. The window to submit a bid will be held open through 3 p.m. local time on September 25th. Marijuana Business Daily is also reporting that Jamaican officials say they've issued 40 marijuana business licenses as of July, with another 14 applications on top of that granted, but not yet fully issued. This is a super interesting storyline given Jamaica's longtime association with cannabis, so not a bad one to read in full. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out on headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, ease.com, California's top one-stop website for legal marijuana delivery, as well as an option for the same for folks living in the Portland, Oregon area. Everyone at Ease was really excited to participate in the recent historic Grasslands at Outside Lands presented by Ease, which opened up for the first time ever a legal and sanctioned space at an American music festival for people to buy and consume cannabis. And we should all feel proud that, by all reports, Grasslands was a mellow, relaxed, neat, and tidy oasis in the middle of the larger and messier festival that was Outside Lands. It was a fantastic way to set the bar for future public cannabis consumption events at festivals like Outside Lands. You can see pictures of how things went and read more about it over at ease.com/home, with Ease spelled E-A-Z-E. Big thanks to everyone at Ease for supporting today's show. All right, time for the Blitz. Canna blog has a good and detailed story up about the upcoming third phase of the first round that the city of Los Angeles, California is holding to give out legal marijuana business licenses, set to kick off on September 3rd. LA's process is a bit complicated, with different phases and rounds stacked up with various kinds of licenses to be awarded, including those that will be given out to participants in their social equity program. So I'd pop over directly to Canna blog for the full read if I were you. A new study out of Canada finds that legal marijuana dispensaries in that country tend to be located in lower income areas. There are 260 shops open in Canada that were included in the study, spread out all over the nation, with both government-owned dispensaries as well as private stores included. The study found that neighborhoods with incomes in the lower fifth of the population had twice the concentration of dispensaries as neighborhoods in the richest fifth of the population. Another good one to read in full, as there's a link over to the study itself. Missouri is currently rolling out a medical marijuana program and extended a deadline for Saturday to submit business license applications until later in the day on Monday due to high demand. The state is giving out 348 medical marijuana business licenses and says that it received more than 2,100 applications in all by the new shifted Monday deadline. When this initial phase is complete, Missouri will have 60 cultivation facilities, 192 dispensaries, 10 testing labs, and 86 licensed processors. Canadian marijuana company Tilray just announced that it had signed a deal to export medical marijuana to the German market from a just-opened processing facility it owns in Portugal. The deal for $3.3 million will give Tilray entrance to the German market, which is part of the company's overall global expansion plans. High Times is reporting that workers at the San Jose MedMen dispensary in California have elected to organize as union members, joining the local branch of the United Food and Commercial Workers Union. That will ensure that they will continue to receive wages that are at least $3 an hour above minimum wage, as well as 2 weeks of paid vacation, a 40% employee discount, and time and a half pay for holiday work. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo just went on a little fishing trip with fellow Governor Ned Lamont of Connecticut, and the two say they discussed, among a number of matters, the legalization of marijuana. The two governors held a press conference after their outing and said that legalization came up while they were out on the water, but shared few details about what they specifically discussed. And finally for today, Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren released yesterday a plan for how she would reform the nation's criminal justice system. Senator Warren's plan is not unlike that of fellow Senator and Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders in that it calls for the legalization of marijuana, the expungement of past cannabis-related crimes, and even safe injection sites for IV drug users. Give this one a read today. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at MJTodayDaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Ease, and to all of our awesome Patreon listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the Patreon listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Jay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in and starting your day with marijuana today. Today.
One take, Shay. One take.